Welcome back to the Grand Solar Minimum channel. Today is Sunday, June 9th, 2019. Thanks for tuning in to our quick update evening edition here. We'll start first over at SPACEWEATHER.com, where the solar wind speeds are sitting at 371.7 kilometers per second with a density of 3.4. Take a look at our blank sun once again. This is now 21 days straight, 3 weeks now without a sunspot. 95 days for 2019 without sunspots. Again, that streak will look to continue for a little while. As we'll take a look first at our KP indices. And I wanted to note something real quick. We've got a couple of stories to share with you tonight, and usually we don't do broadcast on Sunday, but I thought a couple of things should be brought up that were related to what we cover here. First of all, on overnight hours, early June 9th, we saw a minor G1 geomagnetic storm. Now, on our previous broadcast, we were looking at the SDO and saw a little bit of a flash in the pan, I guess you could say, from the sun. That was directly Earth-facing at the time. So, here's what happens when we get these little disturbances. That was nothing major, but there was, in my opinion, quite a bit of things that had happened over the next 24 to 72 hours, like I had said. And I wanted to bring those up tonight and point them out, and one big one as well. But looking at the SDO in motion right now, nothing more than that coronal hole region that is going to be Earth-facing soon. That might just buzz the northern part of our magnetic field. But other than that, guys, just not much going on. We look to continue that streak of 21 plus days without sunspots as we continue. And once again, I'll put the Batman signal out for TSM solar observations. It appears that we are missing TSI data. So if you wouldn't mind, sir, go ahead and send me what you usually send me in my inbox when I can't find the TSI. For some reason, we are not getting in readings on this website. I wanted to go back to real quick to take a look at our sun on all angles. Of course, stereo B is always going to be missing, but look at that. Not a lot going on. We see some possibilities around the negative 180 region, a little grouping there, but other than that, guys, the sun is quiet, and it could be one of those periods of time where we see around 31, 33, possibly up to 35 days without sunspots. But again, the one reason why I wanted to report tonight was based on a couple of things that had happened. One, what we saw in the SDO, the last broadcast, KP indices spiking up to a 5, so we were at a very low geomagnetic storm. And that's when also we started seeing and hearing about some weird stuff. The first one is the tar and natural gas oozing on the sidewalks here near La Brea tar pits, Los Angeles, California. Tar and what appears to be natural gas has begun to ooze into the sidewalk on Miracle Mile near La Brea tar pits, Los Angeles, California, Saturday, June 8th, 2019. Let's watch a little bit of this video here.
Still noticeably visible along parts of Wilshire
You can hear the
Boulevard,
hissing,
which continues to create quite a spectacle. Hello, everyone. I'm Sharon Tay.
I'm Susie Suh. The streets of LA's Miracle Mile are more bubbly than usual, literally tonight. That's because tar continues to bubble to the surface.
It's happening along a stretch of Wilshire Boulevard near the world-famous La Brea tar pits. CBS 2's Jake Reiner is there, and so are the crowds. Jake?
Yeah, you know, I've never seen anybody marvel at the sight of tar quite like this, guys. As you can see behind me, crews have been working for the past couple hours to clean this all up. But earlier today, it was a huge mess. It's slow moving, almost like a lazy river that sometimes bubbles up, releasing methane gas from underground. It's seepage that's been happening for tens of thousands of years.
It's kind of crazy and kind of scary to think I live on top of this.
Today, Natalie Vote stopped to document it. Last night she did as well. So did we. And you can see the difference a day makes.
So this is the worst I've seen.
What brings people to this area is what's across the street. the iconic national natural landmark, the La Brea Tar Pits. But looky-loos from
Nashville, Tennessee.
We're from Seattle and you don't see this oozing out of the streets. It's amazing.
And even a member of the LA County Sheriff's Department turned this into what you'd naturally call a tourist attraction. LA City sanitation workers spent the afternoon cleaning up the mess. Earlier, tourists Don and Elaine Van Cleve got what they came for. Thought about smelling tar this morning. You ended up smelling tar. How do you feel
Mission
now?
accomplished, you know. I can check that off my list as a tourist of LA.
LA City of Tar, as you can see, they've stopped the spread of this oil for right now, and City Public Works tells me that they will keep monitoring this situation. I also checked with them to see if there was any type of health concern. They say that this occurrence is not unusual, and there is no health concern today. Reporting near the La Brea Tar Pits, I'm Jake Reiner, CBS 2 News.
All right.
Okay, so interesting, you know, part of the reason why I wanted to talk about this tonight really is not, like, I'm not trying to correlate the incident with our son or anything like that, but before anybody goes out there and fears it up, why are they letting people just casually walk around this? I mean, it has to be a very low factor of danger here to just have it sand thrown on it and, you know, some tape. But I've asked the opinion of others, and, you know, it could end badly as well, too. So just interesting situation happening over here. Again, another one of those articles where people are saying, I've never seen it like this before. But this is the top story for tonight's broadcast, and that is the powerful eruption at SINABUNG volcano. Ash up to 16.7 kilometers. That is 55,000 feet. Actually, it's over 55,000 feet. According to the Darwin VAC, volcanic ashes rising up to 55,000 feet above sea level at 10:05 UTC, moving west. Webcam imagery indicates ash-rich eruption, volcanic ash height, and movement based on multispectral satellite imagery and EC model guidance. And there are several images, folks. 55,000 feet up into the atmosphere is when you have to start. That's where you have your problems with climate and temperature, blocking out sunlight. I mean, here we are. There's actually a quicker time lapse that I was going to show you here. Check this out. Just to give you an idea here, 55,000 feet. Blocking out sunlight. This went on for several hours. Actually, this was right around the evening before sunset. And there is a longer video here. Some of the stuff is always not for broadcast. Thankfully, we actually get a video that shows. This is a time lapse. Activity began early that day on June 6th. I'm sorry, June 9th, early in the morning. And as we shot through the early morning into noon hours, we start to see, you know, a lot more activity, a lot more smoke, a lot more ash plume, and then all of a sudden we get a decent sized explosion, and that's why they're slowing this down here for you. So as you see, this is a multi-hour event, and coincidentally, around the same time that we were receiving an increase of highly charged particles in our atmosphere. We were in a G1 geomagnetic storm, a very brief one, and then there's the explosion right there, the ash plume, by minute. So that's significant, and we thought it was worthy to report tonight that SINABUNG. This is not the first time we've talked about SINABUNG, not quite seeing huge eruptions like this. But now we have gotten another 50,000 footer eruption. I think this is the second or third one this year alone, 2019. I think we had a handful of them in 2018 as well. I'll have to go back and do the research. But we've had an uptick in activity. Merapi, Etna, SINABUNG, Popocatepetl, Catapetal. Jeez Louise. You'd think as much as we've talked about the Popo that I would have that one down by now, but I do apologize, folks. So just an increase of volcanic activity along with a unexpected geomagnetic storm. You know, maybe you can correlate, maybe not. Maybe it was just a large coincidence. We don't believe that. So we will keep our eyes on this. Not right now. There's no reports of damages or casualties at this point. Just some amazing images from watchers.news. Outstanding images, actually. And guys, we'll leave the link in the description here